This episode is in partnership with Sweet Addison's, one of our favorite brands. Sweet Addison's does all sorts of baked goods with no refined sugar, no gluten, no seed oils, dairy-free, soy-free, all the things that you want and need. Chandler and I both set a goal for 2026 to not eat any refined sugar, and by God's grace alone, it is going well, thanks to brands like Sweet Addison's and thanks to Addison herself. So we are really excited to share with you guys a 15% off discount for this month only, so definitely go use it while it's hot. That's code full volume at checkout. That's FULLVOLUME at checkout. Chandler is actively eating one of the brookies right now. Go buy them before they sell out because they frequently do. They're so awesome. Sweet Addison's, we love you so much.
Yo, crank this full volume.
Hi.
Hi, how are
Welcome
you?
to Full Volume.
It's good to see you again.
I'm so
It's good to
excited
see
you're
you.
here.
Good to see you.
For all of you that don't know, Victor Boschini, aka Vibo.
Vibo.
When did that start? When did people start calling you that?
I don't know. I really think it was my son who was a student in 2016. He always called me that at home as a joke. He's very sarcastic.
Yeah.
And then
I wonder who he gets that
he
from.
started saying it in the Kappa house, and then they started hearing it.
And it spread
love
like
it.
wildfire. That's so awesome. Well, we got the chance to first meet when you were teaching
Right.
a class my freshman year. I want to know, how did you teach while also running this school? Like, what made you want to do that? We never talked about it.
Oh, wow. It actually is still my favorite thing I do.
Really?
Because, you know, you get in this because you like students, but then you're in administration. You would never see a student if you didn't want to.
Right.
That's the best thing, still is the best thing. I teach in the College of Ed, and I also teach in Neely. I teach a class in the management
Oh
department.
my gosh, since when?
Is that new?
I just started doing that about a year ago, yeah.
Oh, I'm so bummed I missed that.
That's really interesting too, because you get the freshmen in my one class and they're fun and they're excited
Yeah.
and they ask great questions. And then you get the upperclassmen in that Neely class and they're all like, I like Neely. They're so like super serious.
Cynical.
Yes,
and-
yes, they're sure they're running the world.
Everyone's
Yeah.
worried about their
Yes.
internships and jobs.
Yes.
And they over worry about everything.
Yes. That's us.
Yeah. I'm sure the content is really different too. So
Oh,
your class
totally.
was almost like TCU history.
Yeah, this is a
Okay.
management class in the
Okay.
management department.
What are the core things you're teaching in that class?
Really leadership and organizational structure and how to work in a bureaucracy, which most of us are going to end up in.
Yes. Okay. And that's all just your lived experience. You're teaching them.
Well,
what you know.
I got a great book that's a really smart guy, smarter than I, which is a lot of people, wrote. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I want to go back to the Midwest first,
Okay.
because that's where you're from.
Yes.
That's where you got all of your education from. And then you really got into the meat of your career in the South.
Right.
What was the big difference between those two, and what did you take from the Midwest to bring to your Southern career?
Wow, that's a really good question. Well, I think it is. I think there are regional differences, and I grew up super poor, and I grew up in Cleveland, and on blacktop. Basically, I always joke like in a trailer park, and but Midwesterners, I think, are very scrappy and
Oh, the hardest working.
friendly and nice.
Yes.
But then you go to the South and you have like, especially in Texas, I think Texas is different than the South. Texas is kind of a blend of the West and the South,
Yes.
which you get the best of both. They're so friendly. You know, we've lived in 7 states along the way for my job, in 7 cities and 7 different states, and loved all of them, but nothing. When we got here 24 years ago, we were like, my wife came back about 3 months into this and she said, well, if you get fired, you're going to be the greeter at Walmart because we are never leaving.
I love that. That's
gonna have
good.
to
Because I always said that'd be my job. I'd love to be the greeter at Walmart.
You still have time to do that. You can
Yeah,
do
that's
it one
right.
day.
It's my next career.
Yeah,
you go.
okay, I love it. People do say that though. They joke that Texans have sweet tea running through their veins.
Yes.
Because we are very kind.
Yeah.
I love that about us.
It's the first place we ever lived where people would say like, we have to have you over for dinner sometime. And then they would actually
And then
call
they
you
mean it.
later and make a time.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
That's cool.
I always say it like this, in downtown Chicago, which we basically moved here from Illinois, they're not going to spit in your face, but they're not going to help you either.
Right.
Here, they come up to you and they help you. And people here also asked you this question we never got asked before. Like, it would be considered like in the Midwest, if you said like, how much does your dad make? You would never say that. They say here, what church do you go to?
Yeah.
You know, and because what they mean is, if you don't have one, come to ours.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a really
I'm so proud to
different
be
tone.
from Texas. When people say stuff like
I
that, it
love
makes me
Texas.
excited. Yeah.
That's really
You
good.
know, same.
Well, I guess like, how do you manage teaching while also doing that role? I know you stepped into a new role recently, but like, I guess that's part of your business structure, I'm sure, like the time management of everything. But I think one of the most impactful things about you and TCU in general, and everyone has said this, my friends and people that have just come to visit, like the welcoming nature.
Yeah.
And I think you being so available to everybody, like students you've never met and students you have met. And I know so many of our friends like, oh yeah, I get lunch with him on a semester basis. And it really does like set the tone for the school. And so I'm just curious, like, have you always been that way, or where does that come from? Like, how do you manage to do all those things and be so available all the time?
I don't know. It's just like, it seems just like human nature. Like, you know, people like other people. You know, we're meant to be in community. I don't think we're meant to be alone a lot. And yeah, I guess I'm just used to it. I don't know. But thanks for saying that.
Yeah.
That's really thoughtful of you. But yeah, it just seems like but I think everybody at TCU is like that. That's not just me. Do you feel that?
I feel it, but I do think it starts at the top, and you attract people like that. Like I, up until recently, worked at JP Morgan, and I worked for one of the CEOs that runs a line of business, and she is very much the type of person, shout out Mary, that's like, no, call me anytime.
Right.
No, actually call me anytime. Or there's
And
something
she
wrong,
means it.
tell me. And she means it. And if people need to stop by in her office, like even analysts that ask for 5
Right.
minutes, she's like, sure, of course. What can I do for you? And I think that's why the company attracts a certain caliber
Right.
of person, is because leadership's like that. I don't think that's any different than how you run the school. Or ran
Did
the
you ever
school.
meet Mrs. Agatha when you worked
Of course.
there? Okay, there's a perfect example
Yeah,
of that.
she's the same way.
She's this bigwig in Chase who just like,
Yeah, she's great.
she'll sit down and talk to you.
Anyone,
Yeah.
for any reason at
Yeah.
any time. Yeah, she's the exact same way. So I think a lot of it has to do with you.
Yeah, well,
nice.
especially being there for so long, of course, like you set a lot of the landscape, like physically, and
Thanks.
the tone of this school. You've watched it grow so much.
Yeah, it's been fun.
That's so crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
can we talk about that
Yeah.
going, because I feel like when you started, it was more of a regional brand, and now it's this huge national brand, and people come here for all different reasons. Also, I think, what did we say, the average tenure of a chancellor is around 6-ish years and
Yeah.
change, and you went for over 2 decades. Do you think that has any correlation with how big the brand grew over time?
I don't think that's because of me. I really mean that. I'm not just saying this
Yeah.
to be fake humble. I just think TCU, we hit it at the right, like I feel like I was lucky to be here for the ride.
Yeah.
You know, when the Rose Bowl happened in 2010, 2011, that's when everything started changing. It was like, literally, it was overnight. You know, when I came, we had 5,600 students. We now have 13,000. We were 70% in-state, 30% out of state.
oh, now
Now we're 60% out of state, 40 in.
That's so interesting.
was that intentional changes? Like, was that a goal that you had to
Yes.
change that? Okay.
When I got hired, the board wanted me to do 2 things. They wanted to raise more money, and they wanted to become a national school. And so in one of my first meetings with them, I looked and I said, okay, we're 70% Texans, so you can't be a national school because you don't have enough out-of-state kids. That's what a national school does. And so we made it our goal. But then after the Rose Bowl, everyone in California found out about us. That's a huge market.
Yes.
And you all know, you were here. That's our biggest state now. It's
Oh, yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
absolutely.
You ask anyone where they're
People,
from.
yeah,
Right.
what do they
It's
call
a
it?
joke.
Texas, California
Right.
University. Yeah.
Or Texas construction.
Or,
Those
yes,
2 things they all
both
say.
of those. Yeah,
Wow,
that's true.
I hadn't heard that one.
So do you think that that makes me think about like whether national brands arise from things like sports or the actual integrity of the education that you're getting? Because I find it very interesting that the reason that we kind of popped in a way was because we were playing a football game.
Well, and maybe again after almost going to the Natty when
Right.
I was here.
That helped too.
That helps a lot. Yeah.
Like, how
that's
did that
for sure.
impact everything?
I think it's both. I think sports are kind of your front porch, but you have to have something good inside
Yes.
to keep them here. But, well, yeah, a lot of kids in 8th and 9th grade never heard of TCU till they see the Rose Bowl or they see the national championship.
Right.
Of course, we got killed, but that was
We don't
sad.
have to talk about
yeah.
It was a fun journey.
Yeah, I said, that was a great game until the moment the national anthem ended.
Yeah.
And then it
That's
was
so
all
true.
downhill. But seriously, it was fun, and it was a cool experience for us. And
Yeah.
like the TCU would ever be on that stage
Oh, it's
is
a big
amazing.
deal. It's such a
Well,
big deal.
even now, are you going to the game in Ireland?
Oh yeah.
I'm going too.
Oh, good.
Yes, I'm
I
so
went
excited.
last year with
So
a
cool.
small group of TCU people to scope it out. It was the Kansas State, Iowa State game.
Okay.
You're going to love it.
I'm really excited. So, what is the point of that?
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
It's to get your brand out,
Okay.
to be associated with the Aer Lingus Bowl, which is a big international bowl,
Mm-hmm.
and to be there. It just gives you a notoriety. That's maybe the word, but it gives you like people to look at you. You couldn't afford to buy.
Right.
Like we couldn't pay for that much public relations. We wouldn't have enough money, and we have a lot of money.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's still
such
more.
an interesting point.
Yeah.
So are we trying to be a global brand now?
Oh yeah,
Love
definitely.
it. Yeah, that goes along with our
more
mission
international
statement. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
A lot more international. What is the percentage of students that are international?
really small right now. It's probably 3%.
What's
Yeah.
what is
And
the goal?
Well, the goal is to get more. Yeah, we never have like we went
Set
10%.
target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our biggest group of international kids right now come from Vietnam.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I noticed that especially in the business school too.
Oh yeah,
A
definitely.
lot of friends in like Latin America.
Big Latin America too, because it's close and easy.
Yeah, it's
Small
easier to
flight.
get to. Okay. What about can we talk about fundraising for a second?
Sure.
It's a whole
And
gig.
yeah, when you were getting your PhD and you knew that you were going into higher education, did you know that fundraising was going to be most of your job?
No, it was totally different.
Okay.
And also remember, I wasn't in my mind going to be the chancellor or the president. I wanted to be the vice president of student affairs. That was
Okay.
my goal.
Got it.
And so, no, I didn't think about fundraising at all. And the first school I was president of, which was 30 years ago now, I bet I spent 20% of my time fundraising. At TCU, I ended up spending 80% by the end of my time in fundraising. And now I spend 100% of it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so interesting.
Well, what made you want to do the student affairs thing, and then how did you stumble into
Yeah.
then doing what you did?
Because I liked students. My wife and I both were in student affairs. She was the director of career planning and placement at a school. And we just loved working with college. You know how it is.
Yeah.
So fun.
There's no population like college kids.
This is the best.
Especially the guys. They do the dumbest stuff.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
They really do.
And, when I was thinking, it's ironic about colleges, the guys call the girls girls, but the girls call the guys men. But if you look at the way they behave, the girls behave as women and the guys always behave as boys.
1000%.
Especially groups of boys.
Yes.
There's
Oh,
there's
flocks
no
of
dumber
boys.
group than a group of boys.
Because they're all
1000%.
they're all
Well
agreeing
said.
that what's being done is not
Yep.
dumb. It's
Yep.
the smartest
Yep.
thing that's ever
No,
happened.
it's great.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And if it's not smart, it's funny, so then it's worth it.
And so to get to watch all that and be a very small part of that, you can't beat that. And so I always wanted to be the student affairs person.
Okay.
And you did that at one of your schools and then became the
Yeah.
president? Okay.
The last school I was president of, I came as the vice president of student affairs
Right.
and then became the president.
Okay.
What a jump.
And how did you learn how to go about fundraising? Because it sounds like a beast to me a little bit.
It's hard and you make a lot of mistakes, at least I did at the beginning. But it's really, I don't think of it as fundraising, I think of it as friend raising, because people aren't going to give to you if they don't have confidence, or they don't like you, they don't think you have integrity, they don't think you know what you're doing, And so you first have to build relationships with people. And again, TCU, that's our brand, is relationships, right?
100%.
Yes.
And so it's easier to do at this kind of school. Here's an example. The last school I was president of was a huge state school. Great place, and I loved every minute of it. But lots of people I would call, and I would say, Dr. Mertz, would you meet with me they were like, no thanks. I've never had a person at TCU, if I called them cold even, and they were in Alaska, they wouldn't meet with me. They might not always give me money.
But they'll meet with
But
you.
they're like, TCU, yeah, come in, you're from TCU, of course I'll make time for you.
That's so great.
But that's TCU.
So the
Yes,
brand
for
helps
sure.
a
That
lot.
helps a lot. It's kind of the ethos of campus. It's like such a cool community.
Totally. Yeah.
That's so interesting because I'm in sales and it feels like there's a lot of crossover
It's
and
total sales.
so much of like what
Yes.
I've learned and noticed from my 10 months being in corporate America has been like the people that are successful are the people that slow down and take the time
Exactly.
to get to know people. And it's like the like me, trust from me, and then buy like from me mentality. And I think it's really interesting that fundraising has such a crossover. But I feel like my experience with fundraising, even just for mission trips and stuff, has always felt really daunting. Like it's kind of awkward.
It's hard to ask
people for their money.
Yeah.
Like, how did you get over that part of it?
You just do it so much, you finally get over it. And then you realize one day you're not asking for you.
Right.
You know, it's not like they're giving me this money. So what do I care? It's for TCU. I love TCU. They love TCU. You know,
Yeah.
open your wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me your money. Come
Yeah.
on. Come on.
It's not that hard.
Do you think that recently graduated alumni, do they tend to give a lot more, or do they have to hit a certain?
You have to hit a certain age.
Okay.
Usually, the younger your alumni base is, the harder it is to raise money. And that's our problem at TCU. Because, you know, we haven't been big except for the last 10 years, 12
Right.
years maybe. We had, like when I came, the graduating class was 560 or something like that, 660. Now it's 2,800. But you are pumping out lots of these great people, but they're young and they're starting their careers and they're getting married, having kids. You know,
don't have anything to
they're
give
either
you.
too busy or too poor to help.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
And
So
they
how
should
do
be.
how do we start earlier? Because I think we talk about this with NLP too,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
people staying engaged and how you start that while they're still in school.
Right.
Or
Yeah,
still
we'd
in the
honestly would
program.
love some insight because Chandler and I are both like on the board of NLP now, which has been really
Good.
fun.
Yeah,
and
it's
such a
great.
cool way to stay involved. Which after a couple of years of being removed, I don't really know. Like
Right.
this is my last class
Class.
of people that I kind of have some sort of relationship with, and so it's definitely such a blessing to serve in that way. But something that we're trying to strategize around is like, how do we keep people engaged and get them in contact to even get engaged? Like, I'd love some insight from you.
Well, it takes a lot of work, and it's just what you said, though. It's like keeping them engaged, contacting them. They say you have to have 11 touches with somebody before they'll give you money.
Yeah. Okay.
That could be like a card,
wow.
a call, but 11 touches, 11 meaningful touches. And same thing with NLP and Neely Fellows. Both those groups are prime because those people are like you. They're the go-getters. They're gonna make a lot of money.
Yes.
And so, and they're also, I don't just want people's money though. This sounds really avarice. I want their money, but I more want their time and their buy-in because I also want them to come back to campus and speak to students. Like in my management class, I had the president of Nike come this semester. I had the president of Higginbotham. I had the president of another insurance company. They're all TCU people.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, I had the woman who's the president of the largest railroad in America.
Yeah.
She's TCU alum.
So cool.
And those, they're very busy. I call them. They're like, "When do you want me to be there?"
Right.
I love it.
That's
That's the thing, they
TCU.
got so much out of it too, and I think that's what Chandler and I have noticed is if you take the time to really invest in this community while you're in school here,
Right.
you inherently
get it back.
want to go back. And I'm trying to figure out how to remind people of that are out of school. Like, do you remember how much fun you had? Go help them. Do you remember how impactful it was when the Chuck E. Cheese CEO came to speak to our
Right,
marketing class and
right.
we were all like, what does he have to say?
Yeah.
And it was
was great.
awesome.
Yeah.
I
And
remember
it was
that.
awesome. It
Yeah.
was so awesome. Well, because he also did a really good job because Chuck E. Cheese kind of flopped for a second.
Yeah.
It had its moment on
Right.
the internet, and he started the presentation by basically doing like a meme video of how south it went and then
Right.
how he had fixed it and
Yeah.
how it grew, and that was like one of the most impactful things for me at school. And had he not said yes,
Right.
we wouldn't have that to talk about. So it's keeping that engagement, I think, would be really helpful.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think they also train all our students, but especially in Neely, they train those kids to reach your hand out, make that contact, talk to that person when they're here. Meet the person who's president of BNSF. She's amazing. You know?
Oh, she is amazing.
Yeah.
She is very amazing.
Her daughter
at
was
that.
in NLP.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And but they teach you those skills, and that's well. Here's the thing, y'all. There's 3,500 schools in America. The national retention rate for those 3,500 schools is 59%. So 41% of the kids never go back to the school they start at. If you get rid of all the big state schools,
Yeah.
because they have the worst retention because they're too big, it's 72% for all the private schools. What do you think our retention rate is?
Ooh, it's got to be in the 90s.
94%.
Yeah.
That's so good.
And so I always say our students are voting.
That's crazy.
Yes, they're voting with their feet that they're getting
Yeah.
what they want.
Right.
Yeah.
We also try to capture that 6% if we can, because we want to make it better, because I don't want anyone to ever leave. And so we try to, the problem with that 6% is that a lot of it happens in the summer. And the only reason you know they're transferring is all of a sudden, like another school asks for their transcript. So you figure, oh, that's kind of weird, but it means they're leaving. So it's hard to get them. But the biggest reason they give are things we can't control. And that's sad things like, my dad died, so I really have to move home, or my mom has cancer, you know, stuff like
things.
that. And you're like, no, you should go do that. But the second reason they give, and this is the one that bothers me the most, they say, I can't afford it. But I think it's even worse than that, because I think what they're saying is, I didn't get what I paid for. Because they obviously could afford it. They were here 1 year. But what they're saying is, during that year, I didn't get what was worth the $50,000 or whatever it was. That really bothers me. So we try to fix that.
Yeah, do you ever like meet with those students to ask what they would have wanted differently or anything?
I do if I happen to run in. I mean, they don't have that schedule, but I'll run into some sometimes, especially in the spring, and they'll go, "Yeah, I'm transferring." I'm like, "Why are you transferring next fall?"
That's good feedback.
Yeah,
Because it's hard to know, like you
Right.
said, like
It
kind of
hurts
there's a
to
couple
hear.
different reasons, but it's cool that like you're not satisfied with 94%.
I know, I really like that.
Oh, well, none of us are.
Yeah.
And students complain about this. There's study after study after study. I can show you 40 years of data that students complain about the same three things:
Which are?
parking, the health center, and the food. Oh my God. Advising's number 4. Kids have complained about that for years. And so those are the things that
Parking is crazy.
Yes, but you're not going to transfer because of
No,
parking.
of course not.
That's
Yeah.
so I would try to fix parking. I'm not being honest. I don't have anything to do with parking, but I would want parking to be fixed.
Why are there's
Yeah, I
things
heard there's a
happening?
giant
we're building
thing
this
happening over
gargantuan
there.
garage.
Yeah.
And I joke, it's going to be 1 year of hell, but next year is going to be great.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's hysterical.
Y'all are building a lot of things right
Yeah,
now.
mostly housing right now.
Right. So is the pace of like admitting more students keeping up with the construction, or how is all that working?
That's the problem. No, it's
Yeah,
not.
okay.
And we have a demand that we never had before for the number. Like this year, we'll have probably 30,000 applicants for our 2,800 slots. That's incredible.
Wow.
But that means you're turning away a lot of really good kids that, because especially, we want every freshman and every sophomore to have a bed on
Right,
campus.
right.
Well, once you get to that number, you can't keep admitting them. It's not fair to
Right.
the kid. And also, that's not the experience either. Like if you didn't live on campus freshman year, imagine how different your experience would be. If
No.
you drove in every day.
Oh my
is,
gosh.
me and my friends were talking about that yesterday, how freshman year prior, if whether or not you rush, all of your close friends are from where you live.
Yes.
All of them. And a lot of them you stay close with, you bring in your new friends,
Right.
but the people that you're eat, sleep, and breathing with, like they're right next to
Right.
you. Those are the people. So
Right.
I imagine it would be really hard to make
Yeah.
friends if you're living off
It
campus
is.
your first year.
I also think it's hard. We don't have a lot of transfer students at TCU, and that's because I think it's hard to transfer at TCU.
Our sister transferred. Yeah, it was hard.
Oh yeah, it was very hard for her
Whoa.
to transfer.
Because I think it's because you come in like you're all friends, you have your little groups, and then like, hi, who do I eat lunch with? You know?
I think
No,
also
right.
something that was hard is she came from Ole Miss, and when you transfer in a sorority, you transfer into the sorority at the new school.
Right.
And the
It might not be the
culture
same.
It's
of the
not the same,
sororities
that's
is
right.
astronomically different.
Different.
That's not to say it was good or bad,
Right.
but it's not what she rushed at Ole Miss,
Right.
you know? And so I think that was a really hard transition. Also, she was during COVID, so that was just like,
Oh, that's like triple win.
triple
right.
whammy, yeah. Had
The
a hard
weirdest
time.
time in our lives.
So weird.
It
Bizarre.
feels like a dream.
Yeah.
Like actually,
bad dream.
yeah, like it's gonna be very weird to read about that in textbooks.
Right.
Like
I
can't
still
imagine.
feel like it's weird. They're starting to put it in a TV and film,
Yeah.
and it's
super
weird.
That fallback from it. Yeah.
Yeah, to
Wait,
see
okay.
it.
Speaking of TV and film, did Landman
that's
have
great.
any impact on the university? Because I watched it recently, and my friends were in the show,
Oh, yeah.
walking to class. How is that like? Has that impacted the draw at all, or do you know?
Oh, yes, in lots of ways. First of all, they hired 800 students. They paid them each $888 or something like that. And after tax, they got 600 or whatever to work for the day. So that's
cool.
fun.
Yes.
And
So
like our
cool.
theater kids especially were totally into it. A lot of people, though, complain to me about, not a lot, but some alums, they think it's bad. It shows a bad, like the admissions office scene. Do you remember that one?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
It's a
come on,
joke.
guys, it's called
clearly
TV.
a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's scripted.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's like
It's so
fun,
scripted.
funny,
Yeah,
laugh at it.
that's so funny.
So I think it's all good because I also don't think there's any such thing as bad publicity nowadays. And so you get your name out there. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Totally.
I'm sure people had never heard of it before.
Right.
Did they actually film in Colby, or was that a
Oh, yeah.
set?
No, they came on
Okay,
campus.
that's my
They
room.
filmed at the Chancellor's house, the
was-
house we were talking
that's my
about
room.
earlier.
That was your room.
That's my room. I was like, wow,
I love it.
I'm kind of famous. Like,
They had no idea.
I was like, I've been in there
Wait,
before.
did you write your name on the desk?
Yeah, I
somewhere?
should have.
Yeah.
I like should have written underneath.
That's
Yeah,
great.
isn't that funny? I saw that. I was like, wow, how cool is that?
Yeah,
and I
they
wanted
were-
to know if it was a set or if they really went into there.
They were definitely on campus, and they.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And they filmed at your house.
Yeah, and that was one of the houses. When remember the mom of the girl, she was wanting to buy a house in Fort Worth, and
Yes.
that was the first house they looked at with the realtor.
That was your house.
Yeah, well, it's TCU's house.
Yeah.
Your house. Oh
That's
my gosh.
crazy.
How cool. Did you get to meet any of the production crew? Or...
I met the
Cailyr.
crew because they spent 14 hours at our house.
Yeah.
And we weren't allowed to walk by windows, because they have all these.
Yes.
But it's funny. But the best thing is the woman who called to arrange it. I'm kind of smart alecky, but she didn't know that. I'm sarcastic. And at the end of the call, I'm like, yeah, you can use it. Yeah, we'll be out for 12 hours. Blah, blah. And I said, now, if you need an extra, I'd love to be the person opening the front door. And literally, without missing a beat, she said, that won't be necessary. And I burst out laughing.
She didn't banter with you at all.
I burst out laughing, and I'm like, okay, she must hear this a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's like, how do
But
I
she's
get?
like, no,
Yes,
we won't
if.
need you. Yeah, we won't need you.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Are they done filming? Are you allowed to say?
Yeah, for now.
For now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because a majority of it takes place in and around Fort Worth,
Yeah.
too.
Oh, ton in Fort Worth.
That's
I heard
good.
that there's like always boom mics and stuff popping
Yeah.
up downtown.
It's
and
crazy.
that's so cool.
It's kind of a Fort Worth highlight reel, a
Yeah.
little bit, which is probably really
Right.
good for the city,
It's
too.
really good for the
well,
city.
also because so many people lump Fort Worth in with Dallas, which
Yes.
don't
Yeah.
want to get me
And now
started.
that separates it.
Yeah.
Very much
Because it's so
separated.
different.
Yeah.
And now you can see that in the show, which
Has
is
there
awesome.
been an uptick in applications since the show came out?
Yes, but we don't know if it's because
don't
of this.
know.
There should be a
the
box
show.
to check.
Yeah.
How did you
practice on
Where did you
Landman?
word of mouth
Yeah.
landman?
Did
Yeah.
you Taylor Sheridan? Check
Honestly,
yesterday.
you should do a poll for the new freshmen and see, like,
That
once
would
they're
be
in class,
interesting.
like,
Yeah.
did you see this from TV?
Right.
You know
As
what
I
you
would be
really
so
gotta
curious.
get? I don't know if you did this last year 'cause I didn't go to a lot of the football games at home, but you should get Taylor Sheridan to do the Give 'em Hell TCU.
I think he did.
Oh, great.
For one of them.
there you
Get
go.
it. Okay,
He's
when I have
like-
another good idea, I'll let you know.
Keep going. He's done a lot at TCU. He got an
Yeah.
honorary degree.
I saw that.
He
That's cool.
teaches. He goes to the drama classes. I mean, he's pretty for like a famous. I mean, I don't know him real well.
He
I've met him 20
seems so
times.
busy,
But he
though,
seems
yeah.
like for a busy famous person, he gives his time.
That's
Love
awesome.
people like
You need
that.
to go back to school then.
I know I need to go back to
Well,
school.
and do you know the guy on 1850? What's his other show?
1823.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know the Biff or Rock, the famous good-looking guy.
Yes.
His son's TCU student.
Oh, cool.
Oh my gosh. And every
so
girl
cool.
loves him. He looks
Of
just
course,
like the
he looks
dad.
just like his dad.
Seriously, he's perfect.
Oh my god.
He took my class.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's
He's perfect.
amazing.
And he looks like, like a movie star.
Yeah.
But he's smart and nice
Oh,
and humble.
Have you tried to set him up yet?
Yeah, not yet, but
You always
I
do
don't,
that.
He doesn't.
I remember
He doesn't
coming
need
to your
help,
office
Kyler.
one
He
time.
can
He like
Yeah.
pulled out a list of boys.
Right.
He did. Me and my friend Kelly went and hung out with him.
Yeah,
And he was like,
he doesn't need a lot of help.
That's so fun. Do you like when TCU students marry each other?
It's better for me.
Yeah.
Seriously, selfishly, it's better for TCU.
two incomes.
Yes, but it keeps everybody. They're not loyal
Oh,
to
that's
some
funny.
other school.
Oh,
too.
also,
Yeah,
it's
right.
more likely that they'll encourage their kids to go.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
so
we
fun.
accidentally started a legacy in our family. It's just the three of us.
Look at you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look at if you go around campus right now, how many students are here that have a brother or sister here or went here?
Yes.
That's more than any school.
Right.
I don't know. I don't have data on this, but it's more than any place I've ever worked.
really.
Yeah.
So
I
the
love that.
family
Like that I would
legacy
know whole
matters a lot.
families of
It
kids.
stays in the family.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really unique too.
Very.
I think. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe UT is kind of like that, but it's a little.
Nowhere I've ever worked is this many,
Wow.
this big a percentage.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you think that you'll ever like retire from higher ed, or do you think you're just so in
Yeah,
it?
he's gonna go work at Walmart.
Walmart.
Yeah, I will. I'll be a greeter.
Okay, good.
They have to want me first, so that's a problem.
I think
Yeah.
you'll be okay
they'll
on that.
I don't know. We'll
If
see.
you stay in Fort Worth, I'm
Yeah.
just a celebrity greeter.
I do know all the people at my Walmart.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
You already have an in.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
But you guys got to tell you a funny Walmart story.
Yes.
Okay, it's just like puts you in your place. Like, like when you're the chancellor, like everybody says yes to you and says whatever you want, and it's you could really.
What a nightmare.
Yeah, shut up. That was good. It's hell. Yeah. But I mean, you could fall into it.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes,
for
of
sure.
course.
Okay, so I come home. My wife texts me and she says, "Buy, Dove dishwasher, what is detergent on the way home." So I go to. I'm a big Walmart. I love
I
Walmart.
love it.
So I go to Walmart. It's 9:30 at night. I come from a banquet at TCU. go into Walmart, I buy it, and I only buy this one thing on the way out. And the lady at the thing goes, "Thank you, Victor." And I'm like, "Oh, you're welcome." And I call my friend, I go, "I hate this. I can't even go to Walmart and be alone. Like somebody knows me, blah, blah, blah." And then I get out of my car, I go to the house, and my wife looks at me and she goes, I can't say exactly what she says. She goes, "You frickin' idiot, you have your name tag." Because I was like this lady that knew me. I'm the chancellor. Yeah, she said Victor.
I
can't go anywhere.
I'm
like,
oh my gosh, I'm
Like,
sick of it. I
yeah,
can't even go outside.
Enough with Taylor Sheridan.
That's a really good one.
But she's like, "You have your
You
frickin' name
got
tag."
your name tag on, dude.
I feel like we need Walmart to sponsor this episode. Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so funny.
That's good.
I want to know about how faith has played into your leadership style. And I'm going to leave that there and let you answer that how you want.
I think faith's really important, and that's another thing I love about TCU. Like, we could have faith. You could say a prayer before a meal, things like that. I think a lot of people, they say, like, what is the C in Texas Christian? Is it big or small? And I always say, it's whatever you want it to be. To me, it's a big C, and I love that. And I love, I don't think you have to be Christian, but, I don't think you have to be Christian, but I love a lot of the values of Christianity, like the fellowship, the treating others with kindness and respect. That's TCU.
Yeah.
And so, I think it's important. Our kids all went to faith-based. They went to an Episcopal high school, which we loved. We just think it's important.
Right.
Yeah.
And like you can thread those values into the school without, making everyone be the religion too,
Right.
which is really cool. And I think to your point, like that's what people notice is like the welcoming, loving, fellowship, community nature. Like even you said, like meant to be in community. Like there are so many opportunities, which is something I love. Like a lot of people do Greek life, right? But there's so many clubs and programs outside of Greek life.
Yep.
Most people you ask in and out of Greek life have something else that they're doing. And that's very unique to TCU, but I think it's like one of those values of like living in community. And it's like
Absolutely.
you can instill them in the organization. That's really interesting.
They have a program where you can pick up an international kid if you're a faculty or staff member. You pick them up at the airport at DFW when they come in August, and then you take them to Target and you get them all set up, because a lot of those kids come with nothing.
Wow.
Just, first of all, it's impractical to come from Asia to here with a big tons of suitcases.
Right.
So we picked up this one kid, I won't say his name, but because he might not like that, but we picked him up at the airport, and my wife and I do it every year, and we brought him to Target. Well, first of all, we were at Target, and because we couldn't go to Walmart because it's a long story, because I'm more of a Walmart guy.
Because you're too famous to go.
Yeah, I can't go to Walmart anymore. But so my wife's making his room like pink and I say to him, I go, "You're going to have a girl's room if you don't speak up."
Right,
Because
yeah.
she's just buying what she would buy for one of our kids,
yeah.
you know? But he was very respectful. He wouldn't speak up. So finally, I kind of tried to make him speak up. But so what I forgot to say is when all the kids got off the plane, he took 3 hours and 10 minutes longer to come out of the gate than any other kid we had from Chiefs, because he said something wrong in customs and they made him stay.
Oh.
Okay, so by the time he came, it's really cool because all the kids come out together, all the faculty and staff go, yeah, you have signs. He's one kid and us, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Was sad. And so we take him to Walmart, then we come to campus. When we got to his room, we're in the room, and of course my wife's fixing his bed and making everything.
Yeah.
Totally over mothering him.
So sweet.
And there's a knock on the door. These other 10 or 12 international kids came to the door and like, "Oh, we knew you were late. We just wanted to say hi and welcome you. And could you come to dinner with us?" I almost start crying. I'm like,
That makes me emotional.
that
That's
is
so
TCU.
sweet.
Wow.
These were the older international kids, but they were looking out for him. But that's so TCU.
Yeah.
And so he's like, looks at us. I'm like, go. And she'll love it as you room.
She'll take care of it.
Yeah, she's fine. Don't
I
worry.
love that.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
feel like that is a thread through everything. Like even when I did Frog Camp, I did the local Fort Worth one,
Right.
but I remember
Casa de Huelva.
leaving and I was fired up. I was so excited. I was like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm never leaving.
I
Like,
love Fry Camp.
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Who created that?
It's about 30 years old now, so
Okay.
I don't know. But this woman, Barbara Herman, I think was the mastermind of it.
It's such a cool
Yeah.
concept.
It's a great thing. My wife and I do one every year. We're doing the one in Vienna this year.
There's one in
Oh.
Vienna.
Yeah, we did the one in Berlin last year.
How many are there now? How many options?
Oh, like 40.
What?
Oh yeah, they're way more than.
Wow.
Well, now it's like when you guys
Wow.
went here, it wasn't free and it wasn't for you had to pay.
Yeah,
now
it's-
it's all free.
Every-
Well, free. You're already paying for it, but
Yeah.
You can go to Vienna for free?
because I didn't want just the rich kids to go on frog camp.
Yeah, right.
Well, no, you can't go to the travel ones.
Oh,
for
I
free.
was like,
Yeah, pay for your ticket, but
Yeah.
everything else is the same as if you
Wow.
go anywhere else.
Wow,
That's incredible. Yeah, that
I think
wasn't-
because when I was in school, it was like there was one in Europe, one in maybe South America, Colorado, and Fort Worth.
and then
Right.
the
it
Challenger
was very
one
small.
for all the
yeah,
competitive people.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not going to that.
So, I did that one once.
It was like
never
the,
again.
the Olympics one for all the athletes.
What I really hated about it is where you stayed.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I
What
want
was
my
it
own
like?
bathroom.
Camping or?
Yes, it's
Oh,
worse
no.
than camping. It was these.
No.
It was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
good.
already out. No, thank you.
When they said, okay, here's where you're sleeping, that's where you go to the bathroom. I'm like, last time I'm doing this camp.
yeah, right.
Good.
No,
Some kids love that.
Yeah.
yeah. I like that there's an option for
Yeah.
everyone. That's so great.
There's an All Stars one too, which is really fun. Even more sports than that one. The
Oh my
kids
gosh,
love.
what does that even entail?
It's all sporting things. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
that
cool.
would I would get
Yeah.
crushed.
They find their community there.
The sports
People
world,
love it, yeah.
that's so
well, and
great.
like the pipeline of a lot of people do the orientation and then the frog
Yes.
camp. So then
Yeah.
like they come to frog camp with their orientation friends.
Right.
So that is good too.
Hey, getting back to this international kid though, I
Yeah.
don't want to say his name, but it was so fun seeing TCU through his eyes.
Oh.
Okay, first of all, when we got to campus, he thought it was a park. He was like, "This is the most beautiful place.
That's so
It's so green and it's so gorgeous." Okay, George, the cop.
Yeah.
Okay, he met him, and he was totally rigid when he met, and didn't want to speak to him. And so we didn't get that day. We didn't get, but over the year we had him over for dinner. We got to know him, and I'm like, "Why?" And he said, "Oh no, in my country you would never talk to a policeman. They would not be your friends, you know." But here's the best thing he said. We were asking once at a dinner or something like, what did you do this summer? And he said, "Oh, I worked in my grandfather's box factory." And I said, "Well, what do your parents do? You take summer vacations?" I was just asking in
Yeah.
that culture.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh yes, our family, our summer vacation. My parents wanted to see Las Vegas and Los Angeles, so they came for 2 weeks to Las Vegas, which would kill me, and 2 weeks to Los Angeles."
That's the longest amount of time I've ever heard anyone go.
Ever.
Yes.
Ever.
And
Yeah.
he said, "What did you think?" And he stopped and he said, oh no, it was my family vacation. My parents went. I stayed home and worked all summer." And I must have looked puzzled. And our kids were at the table, but they're all like his age.
Yeah.
They're like 17 at that time or something like that. And they looked funny too. And he looked funny. He said, he's very polite. He said, "I don't mean to insult, but it seems to me like in America, the families are run by the children, but in Vietnam, they are run by the parents." And he goes, "Do you think that's accurate?" And all of us burst out laughing. We're like, "You got it."
Yeah, you nailed it.
Because he didn't want to insult us. I'm like, "No, you're right."
That's true.
Oh my gosh,
That's
I'm sure.
funny.
So like the summer vacation was for the parents, not the kid.
And
Interesting.
that is really
You do. I
interesting.
mean, the kids do run
Oh, totally.
the house.
Yeah.
It's been so
sure.
funny to talk to international friends I met at TCU and how like their first impression of America was, because a lot of them, their first impression of America is TCU campus. Like
Right.
I had a friend who I don't know if you ever met Sid, but he is from India and we worked together actually for a summer, which was really
I think
fun.
I remember him.
Yeah,
Sid.
he's in
Yeah.
Neely. But he was like, I had never been to a Chick-fil-A off campus until our job
Right.
because he
Oh my
didn't
gosh,
realize
'cause
like
he
they were
didn't
like
know.
drive-throughs or anything.
Yeah,
Like, you know, just like the culture
think
shock.
about it, yeah.
And I'm like, well, honestly, how amazing to like have your first impression
Right.
of America be this.
It's 340 acres.
No, it's like the best little
a
piece of
dream.
earth. Like,
Right.
it's so nice. What a
Right.
great
I know.
intro.
Yeah.
Well, I always say, do you agree with this? One of our old athletic directors used to say this, so I stole it. He always said, "TCU is so puppies and ice cream everywhere." And it's so
Yes.
true.
Yeah, so that's right. The happiest campus award. Have you gotten that
Yeah.
more than
I
once?
love it. A couple years now we've gotten it. Yeah,
It's such a
in row.
great. Is that one of your favorite awards? that
It's
we
the
get?
best award.
Yeah.
Because it's the most meaningful one in my, because it talks to the consumer.
How do they gauge that? They interview students?
I guess, I don't really know how, I'm just glad we get it.
Yeah. They just walk past everyone
Right.
smiling.
You look
Yeah.
happy. Yeah, they look
you look
happy.
happy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
Take that
funny.
down.
That's good. Okay, well, what's next? Like, what's on the horizon for you? Obviously, this new role.
It's been fun. I get to reconnect with all of you when you're
Mm-hmm.
40, and I knew you when you were 20. That's
Yeah.
so fun.
Yes.
And I see your kids and your family now, and it's really, I'm loving this new job.
Yeah.
It's way less stress.
Great.
But
You
more
know,
travel?
Oh yeah, I love to travel though.
That's
yeah.
good.
And whenever their problems come up, I go, oh, that's him. You know, and I point to the new chancellor. I go, yeah, he'd like to hear about that.
Let him help
Oh
you
my
with
gosh.
that.
So do y'all work together a lot? Because he does some fundraising too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
He's great.
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
gonna
because
be-
he was the dean of the business school
Right,
when I was there,
right.
so I remember.
and he was the president for 2 years.
Yes.
Kind of like learning everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in the business school when he first started out.
Yeah.
He's great.
Okay, I love Neely too. Am I talking too much?
No,
Yeah.
never.
Okay, you know, I usually teach in the College of Ed. Well, that's what you took.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden I start teaching in Neely. Well, when you're in the College of Ed, you're like begging for chalk and, you know, like you're hoping you have some supplies, you know, because the resources aren't like they are.
Yeah.
Then you go to Neely, the first class I taught, I go to the room and this guy who looks about 40 is in the class sitting in the back and I'm like, that's kind of weird. So I make all the kids introduce themselves, you know how you do that. He doesn't say anything. I'm like, maybe it's like a veteran or a non-traditional student, you know,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
He comes up at the end and I go, excuse me, but what are you doing here?
Who are you?
yeah,
Who are you? Yeah.
And he says, oh, hi, my name's Victor. You know, I'm your AV help for this class. I go, I burst out laughing. I go, are
What?
You, and this is going to sound, again, like
Yeah.
everyone knows me at Walmart. Like, are you doing this because I'm the chancellor? Or
Yeah.
are you just.
Does everyone get this? Yeah.
He goes, oh, no, we do this in Neely. I'm like, do not tell the people in college
No.
about this because they'll die.
They'll
yeah.
die.
Oh my
Like, I'm
gosh.
begging for chalk over there.
That's hysterical. That has to be new.
Wow.
I didn't have that when I was in school.
And he was just there to help me, you know, like with the AV stuff. I'm
Oh, I
like,
love
wow.
it. I love
did you
it.
grade my papers?
Yeah.
Can you do this log?
Do your
roll
students
stuff?
think your class is hard? I thought your class was hard.
Oh my gosh. No.
That's good.
It was really humbling. Like
Oh.
actually, well, because the book,
Thanks.
like you,
Oh,
you
yeah.
really had. Well, he loves the pop quiz.
Yeah.
Something to
Yeah.
But like
that's
pop
right.
quiz. Okay,
And
good to
so,
know.
you know,
I
there are
forgot
days you
about
don't
that.
read and you failed.
Right.
Quiz.
It's only 10 points, but you got to read
Yeah,
it.
you got to
Yeah,
read it.
yeah.
But it's good. I learned a lot about TCU history,
Oh,
but I
okay.
thought it was hard.
Yeah.
Do your other students think that too?
I don't know. I guess. But TCU history is interesting. I think.
Yeah, it is. It's
Well, because
cool.
we love it, because we drank the Kool-Aid.
Of course.
I will always drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Forever drink the Kool-Aid. Okay, last question. This is a fun one we ask all of our guests. For any reason, looks, talent, whatever, if you had to pick someone to play you in your biopic, who would it be?
Whoa. Okay. Well, my looks had never been my strength. One of my strengths. I have very few strengths, but that's not one of them. But I would want someone super good looking to
Of
play me
course.
like thick with tons of thick hair and
Do you have a hair color preference?
brown, like thick, and you know, like. Do you know who Fabio is? Yeah, that's the guy I would have. It's someone like that.
Perfect. It's like Derek Shepherd.
Yes. And I'd be like, it's totally realistic. That is what he looked like.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
I
good.
love
That's a
it.
great
Yeah,
answer.
that's a good
On the
answer.
hair alone.
Yeah.
I
Just
thought
off the hair.
had to
Yeah.
be someone funny because I feel like that's your whole thing.
Yeah, I also like funny people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who Dave Barry is? You're probably too young for
I
that,
don't
but
know Dave
he's a
Barry.
comedian more my age. I love him.
Well,
Dang it. Hold
he's
on.
fun.
that's
Pretend.
good. That's on personally ending. Well,
Derek
appreciate
Shepherd. That would be a
Yeah.
good one, actually.
Well, McDreamy. That's like his
McDreamy.
whole thing in the show.
Well, do you know that Dax Shepard too?
Yes.
He's married to what's her name? You know,
Kristen
Kristen
Bell.
I love her. I
Yeah,
love
she's
him.
great. They're
Okay.
a good
He's
duo.
funny
Okay.
and he's nice looking.
Okay, so he's
Maybe
the
that's the
backup
final
option.
answer.
Yeah, he'll be in the understudy in case.
That's good.